What's up, friends? Nut and Lunchbox here. Today we got a question we're going to answer. This one is from the Brick Bakery. If you're in for a good nostalgia fest, you should check out his channel. He does lots of cool videos over there, even though his jokes are a little half-baked. Alright, so his question is, referring to my last city update, he says, even if it is in shambles, it still looks impressive. Those skyscrapers are always a sight to see. Thank you. I know it is a question of how the new house is going to be, but do you have any plans / thoughts for the new setup? Bigger, more levels, more than one room, etc. And then he compliments me a couple more and asks us to keep sharing even though we're moving. Well, we have given this some thought. We looked about a month ago now, month to 2 months, to try and figure out kind of where we wanted to move and what we wanted to do, and we found a couple houses that we liked, but unfortunately Lunchbox just finished law school to become a lawyer, and well, we're drowning in law school debt, so we got to pay that off before we can move. But the reason behind moving is a couple-fold. One, this house, as we'll talk about, is not really suited for our hobbies.
Adult children, and my office is moving about December or February, somewhere in there. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal from where we are now, but it would be terrible to drive that far.
Well, coupled with the fact that this house isn't really working for us, we decided we wanted to move. But after looking at the financial side of it, to be able to not sell this house before we moved, we kind of got to pay off the loan first so that we don't have that hanging over our heads. But the goal is to only have to move once. But the reasons are as follows. First, and you can interrupt whenever.
Okay, well first let me clarify. The office is not moving that far, and distance for distance, it's not that far. Traffic.
Yeah, traffic in Houston, right now it's 15 to 20 minutes.
To go like 4 miles?
It's 10 miles.
Oh,
and it's straight down the Beltway, the highway. But this other one, I'm going to have to take back roads and take the parking lot / interstate the whole way to get there.
It's just, you might as well not even.
And they're moving it because about 90% of the office lives out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
we might as well.
Yeah, we've been planning to, so why not? So I've had this house for almost 10 years now. And Lunchbox and I have been dating for some 6 years and married for 2. And she moved in 2.5 years ago, and at the time it was okay. It was almost full. And then she moved in and it just turned into a box mess.
If I could interject. As I recall the conversation, I thought about getting the house ready for you to move in, but then I didn't. So what ended up happening is that since we got married a few weeks after, we had to close quite a few doors, use couches to cordon off dangerous areas so the niece and nephews wouldn't die whilst visiting during our wedding. Anyway, I am going to interject here. The house is beautiful. It's lovely, served its purpose, but functionally we need more open spaces that can be closed off from the public. And we need to bifurcate between hobby life and regular life. They intertwine, as they should, but at 6 o'clock in the evening when you're home from work and you're just trying to have dinner, the last thing that you want to do
and home from work
is step on a Lego.
She works in the office.
I
or
do.
in the house.
I do work remotely 4 days out of the week.
So anyway, the point is, before I was so rudely interrupted
Did he not instruct me to interrupt? Continue.
So right now we have Lego and hobby stuff in 4 rooms. There's a pretty big bunch of it that's packed in boxes and stuff just because there's nowhere to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, for the past few months, been packing up more and more, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I've made videos on it and said it several times. But when we do move, we are looking at houses that are roughly twice as big as this one.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this one when I was just starting out, kind of more or less fresh out of college. It was a good house, and it's still a pretty good house and spacious, but not for a collector, as I call myself. And I don't know, it'll be awesome to have double the space. I can finally lay the city out the way I want. I can have places to put everything in the city at once and have room to build. I can have room to display my Star Wars sets, UCS sets mainly, that aren't in the back in a cave under these tables here. And I can finally put up all my space sets. She'll have room to do her Elf City. We'll have underwater space. We'll have rooms to do all the other ones. And
yeah, because if you're gonna commit to this kind of like collecting and hobbying, it's no fun if it all has to be in the closet. So that's why he's right. My student loans are partially the hang up, but also we want to make sure that we get everything in order so we can get the house that we want, that only doesn't just accommodate now, but that we can grow in. Because I don't ever want to move again, because we haven't even moved, and it's not so much fun.
Yeah, and
the house, the evidence that the house has gotten to the point, I haven't built anything in months. Because I don't want to. Because first of all, I knew we were moving, and I'm thinking if I put it together, that's the greater risk of losing pieces. But also because what creativity can I put into it when I know I might have more space later? It's limiting. So I've been doing a lot of perler beading, because it's fun and creative. But I really want to give the Elf City attention. I enjoy it, but if I open more boxes, it's just I feel like a kid coming out of the Lego store when you're 5. You don't open it in the car, you're gonna lose pieces. That's how I feel about all of my sets. So
yeah, so we're trying. Our plan is in about when the office moves, I think we'll move, which sucks, but it gives us plenty of time to pack up and do it right, so that we can purge all the crap that we've had. The bottles of medicine someone has that expired in 2003.
Those would be his, because I didn't live here.
And, all the duplicate appliances that we had when she moved in and all that sort of stuff. But it'll be a process. It'll be a fun one, and I plan to continue packing up and building and getting stuff ready to build after we get there. Yeah,
some things you could build now that's not going to be that big of a deal to move if they're the skyscrapers and they're solid. But if it's some of the modular sets that are intricate and have little pieces, I just feel like it would suck to have spent all the time and lose pieces.
Yeah, so we're organizing and getting ready. And the city lighting project will be good, because that won't take up any more space, really. Make it a little bit more difficult to pack stuff up, but once it's done, it's done.
Absolutely.
So
it's exciting, though. It's great. Honestly, channeling energy into packing things correctly and organizing all the collections the way we're going to want to open them. There's value in that. So I've kind of enjoyed, it's become this sub hobby, this getting ready. So the anticipation is fun. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it has stemmed other forms of creativity into what's the best way to pack, and how do we want to organize the new house. But we found some houses that we think would be perfect, and hopefully they're still there.
If not, we just wait till next summer, which will really suck. But
yeah,
people in Houston tend to sell houses in the summer.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, though, because people want to move before school starts if they have children. So.
Although it's 105 degrees out here all the time, so you don't want to move in the summer. All right, well, I think we've rambled on for a very long time. Just got a counter going, but I can't read it, and it can't be right. But
it's not right.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Brickbreakery, for your very meaningful comments. You put some thought into them, and I like that. I appreciate that, and you've taught me to try and do that to other people instead of just saying, great video, put something that you like or you didn't like, you know. So
destructive.
Yeah, it's nice, actually. But not that I don't appreciate all comments, it's nice to read ones that, you can tell someone watched it and is genuinely interested. But any more?
I can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm excited to
All right.
keep getting ready.
Well, thanks for watching. If you've made it this long, keep it real, and we'll see you next time. Be sure to check out her channel there. I'll put a link at the end. It's awesome.
How do I keep getting subscribers when I don't post ever? But thank you. Genuinely, thank you. I hope it becomes something someday, but at the time, right now it's dormant. It's definitely.
Maybe you just need to do better.
I need to do better.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.